Oh man, I don't know. I slept weird. Ugh.
Bigfoot for Wrangler Relaxed Fit.
Randy Bachman is being pursued by sadomasochists.
You're no fair, you guys. I lost my moon boots.
My face is warm, but my shoulders are freezing.
Nobody leaves the
World Wrestling Federation.
Come back here, syrup rustler.
That's his winter tank top.
Canadian rules football is much different.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know. I'm just happy.
I forgot a mouth hole.
Beethoven's Fifth just can't get started here.
Don't care about that. Don't care about that. We'll post to later. Okay.
Oh, he exploded before they could shoot him.
He changed his name from I believe in something, but I don't really go to church, Malcolm.
No.
Oh, great. The score is skipping.
Oh, come on. One more sacrifice before we go.
Okay, but it's the final sacrifice. Goody.
Go away, Shane. Go
away.
Hey, Ron Anderson here. Just got to nip down and make that movie real good then.
That's an illegal use of a silent consonant.
You know what? This has the bacony stink of Canada all over it.
I am Zombor.
Kirby, I'm bored.
I hope his wooden shoes get iced up and he crashes.
Yeah.
That's an anagram for
Direct-to-video.
7 years after the credits?
Yes.
Yes.
Well.
You know what? People are just dying again.
No.
Sorry.
Well, I better get back to my grave. Sun's been up an hour. I'm starting to disintegrate.
He was a good hamster.
It's been a long time. I miss you. I want to know what happened to you.
I died.
Oh, a mausoleum with a finished expansion upstairs.
Oh, this is where they get all the stuff to put in TGI Fridays.
How many geeks does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I don't know. I'm in.
Well, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Man, he's just poured into that sweater.
The scene was lit by an itty-bitty book light.
This is where I've secreted away all my red sweaters.
Oh boy. He's going to find out his dad is a rodeo clown.
Got many more ice.
I don't care if I'm too old. I'm getting my Batman pajamas back out of here.
It was made in the image of an egg noodle.
Well, if I'm going to be a ventriloquist dummy, I better learn how to live in this trunk.
Now I'm going to settle in with the Book of Mormon.
Larry Zonka.
Ooh, shouldn't have filed that sandwich.
I've got to find the warranty on this sweater.
And I will be the
The one,
to
the
hold
whole
Larry
Larry
Zonka
Zonka
down,
down,
kiss him
kiss him so
hard.
hard.
I'll take Larry Zonka's breath away.
Some guys can really pull off leggings.
Light
I
block
can't wait till they
protector.
start the internet.
He's working on his Bud Cord scrapbook.
Solar
Oh,
panel.
I'm glad I don't have any friends, because then I wouldn't be able to do this.
Just a regular
Man, I'm
antenna then.
25. I hope I hit puberty soon.
I know. I'll call pretending I'm Bob Greasy.
Ah, finally, Grandma's head.
That's right, the battery has a
No
different
wonder
block.
Dad lost his money. He invested in lemon mines.
There it is.
See, cheerleaders, classmates, teachers
So
I don't like.
Aha, here it is. The transcripts from the Spassky-Kasparov match of '82.
Devil,
Devil.
room, den, family room,
Another devil.
another devil.
To Mike Pipper.
Oh, he's a pipper.
Wouldn't you like to be a...
No.
Oh,
Man,
don't. Ah, sex male.
See, I am.
It says, do not wrinkle.
Dear Mike, I had a close call today. The cult is on my heels. The map is no longer safe with me. It is the only copy left. The others I have destroyed. We'll meet again soon. Be careful, your partner, Thomas.
yes, there's weight gain powder in the fridge.
Alright, let's build these up a little bit.
So it's near a Ponderosa steakhouse.
I'm gonna color it.
Morning, Larry.
Time is 6:04.
Delayed puberty awareness programs here.
Suppose I could make that a little bit more compact
Man,
next
there's
time.
an amazing number of Zonkas.
Protector components. Radio components.
So we're just watching someone fritter away their afternoon here.
Let's see what the holdup is.
Operator,
Hi, can I have information, please?
one
No,
moment, please.
that's 2 moments.
I'm sorry.
Information.
Hi, can I have the number for Mike Pipper?
No.
Pipper.
For what city, please?
Oh, excuse me.
From Eagle Hat.
1 moment.
Oh, I need small steel
I'm
tubes, that's
sorry,
right.
there's no listing for an M. Pipper.
Okay, thanks.
And the investigation comes to a close.
Well, I better get to reading my X-Men comics.
Ship that. What's that? Ship that.
Hey, get this caterpillar off my lip.
Well, Larry, I guess I better get going. Say hello to Jim Kick for me.
Protector components, that's what it is.
Come in.
Mrs. Costanza.
What are you studying?
French Revolution.
Well, that looks more like World War II.
Oh, I'm a caution.
Where did you get that?
Alright, that should be enough.
I
Now,
found it in the attic.
Leave me alone, Mom. I'm starting a software company.
Well, don't work too late.
I'll lock you in, as usual.
What do you like? That's right, we talked about this before. I don't want you to cry about what is past.
No
emotions, we discussed that.
Is that why you locked up his stuff in the attic? You don't want me to get upset?
You found that Troy, you had no business there.
My father is my business.
Mm.
Al Lewis, his grandma.
Oh, Troy, I'm sorry. I only want you to forget him. Carry on with your own life.
You know, once you get one. No, he was
Masculine and
likable.
Yes. You're very much like him.
If I'm thinking of the right guy.
Man, now my room stinks
That's
of
what
youth.
you do.
MVP Super Bowl 8 for Miami.
7 years later.
That's enough trees for the spotted owl, isn't it?
Sure. Uh-oh, the town's alternator is shot.
Oh, right.
3 pictures of Brian Mulrooney with Philip.
Oh, and who says there aren't any nice homes in Canada?
Reduce that to 1,000 years.
Check it out.
Someone's scratching its belly.
When it's above 50 or below 40, it never starts.
That way I can remember easily.
Canada is for lovers.
Let's see. 4 detector. Set
His
this
truck
to
won't start, but at
100.
least his tablecloth is dry.
Set antenna range to
If you live here, you'd be in hell by now.
ship name.
Check out the Link Hayes topiary.
Cool.
So battery is complete. I'm just waiting. Oh, never mind. Ore detector's complete.
Hitchcock's Parade of Homes.
Didn't really want the dash.
Came with the Frame family.
Oh God! Oh God! That up. No insta-death.
Hey, another kid exactly like him across town.
Broadcast at 1.
He just finished his exhaustive 4-volume biography of Larry Zonka.
Someone's hitting a fry pan, which means it's 8 o'clock.
Of course, the clock's set to Miami time.
Well, swing choir ain't gonna rehearse itself.
Let's make sure I have everything I need for the next one.
He was called in for the night shift. Apparently, Auntie never got laid off after the war.
100.
How do you put a laser disc in the refrigerator?
100.
Hey, El Santo.
Okay, off to the next one.
Let's see if there's any Larry Zonka movies on tonight.
Can I discipline you?
Cold, crazy brat.
Really is crazy.
Really is crazy.
Wait, I haven't read Tolkien in almost a week.
The script was punched up by Harpo Marx.
Ah, Yanni's song's about to begin.
What would Coach Don Shula do?
It's his Michael Feinstein signature bat.
His head is still factory wrapped.
The door-to-door executioner?
Ow! I was just going to read the meter.
You know it's spring when the executioners start getting in the house.
It's open.
The McCulloughs are here.
Can I interest you in a replacement door?
Canadian villain
Darth Vader.
Icky flakes.
Oh, that was a good 7 years.
Troy, I know you can hear me, Troy. I know you have the map. I want it.
Jesse the Body Ventura dubbed his voice.
Wow. Auntie sent her jackbooted thugs to make him lunch.
We just want to cut your sugarcane crop.
You thugs, don't run with your scimitars.
Damn, he's got a 10 speed.
Get on the banana seat bike and give chase.
Let's get out of here.
Hey man,
That's all we need. Shift back in range so I can build. Or actually just have auto build for me.
And then the drunk guy says, I can't help being an idiot. I'm
Canadian.
You're right. They're so pathetic, Mike.
Enough! There's been too much Canada bashing for far too long. I say no more.
Don't you need no more, eh?
Good one, man. They are so stupid.
Stop it now. Instead, let us offer our northern brothers and sisters this song of tributes. Oh, I wish I was back in old Canada, a land which I never shall lampoon. How I pine for the ice-covering Lake Manitoba and the beauty that is Saskatoon.
I got one. Oh, I wish I was stuck in the hills of Alberta, drinking beer with some big dumb guy trapping fur. As he scraped and he chiseled all the moose dung off his boots,
I would learn that he's the Prime Minister.
Oh, I wish I was in the land that gave us Peter Jennings, a land as Morissette might admire too. No, I take that back, I wouldn't go there even if you paid me.
Oh, Canada, you place I must assume.
Now, this is not in the spirit that I intended.
Oh, come on, give in. I mean, after all, they gave us Ted the Sock and Rush.
I'll be defending. They're such thieves.
Okay, I'll try.
All right, good man.
Oh, I wish I was blowing up Prince Edward Island and going on to bomb Ontario. The destruction of Canada and all of its culture is by far my favorite scenario.
Okay, that's a little strong.
There we go.
No, you were right,
Now
Mike. This is much more fun. Just where the
hell does Canada get off sharing a border with
countries far
Vancouver?
superior to it?
Yikes.
Why, you lousy, stinking, francophonic, bacon-loving bastard. Your country's just a giant piece of...
I think we should jam out okay, thanks. All right.
I have no sense of proportion. I'm a disgrace to my uniform.
No, that's okay. Now calm down. Now we mustn't hate.
At least so overtly.
Exactly right. Must disguise our hate just a little.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be right back. It's okay now.
Dudley, it's okay.
Pardonnez-moi.
Pardonnez-moi.
Oh, 7 years later.
Dental hygienist of the week.
Yeah, once he gets it started, he's going to drive it to the front yard, take a couple of tires off, and let it rust next to the old freezer sitting on the front lawn.
In my work for a bloodthirsty cult, I depend on my Gran Torino.
Oh,
I think his menace
that's
is
nice. It already says the
baby
default.
on board tag.
Okay. Broadcast.
Hey, I think your cameraman's stuck in the door. See?
Bum.
Can you imagine how many potato Olay containers are on the floor of that car?
This music is really more suited to plate spinning. Kind of a mazurka.
Probably built a quick one here myself.
I'm losing track of the crappy vehicles here.
Crank the Molly hatchet and
Let's roll.
I'm Cherry.
There we go.
Well, now we have to listen to As It Happens.
Dun, 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 dun. Apparatus!
Oh, I love trash. Ow!
Okay, as soon as this antenna is
Maybe it's the cheap Canadian gas they're using. It just can't get up any speed.
Antenna.
Damn you, Pee-wee!
Something else.
Hi, I'm Billy the Building.
So at the max, I should be able to access. Really? Why can't I access?
Unfortunately, the truck's making a delivery right back to the call.
Well, let's just go get some bullwhips and pose for Maplethorpe.
Let's change this back to 5,000.
Huddled in a pile of dirty laundry, just like home.
It sounds like video poker music.
And they take refuge in the Anne Murray National Forest. Beautiful, isn't it? I think he's the Tin Drum Kid.
The kind of clown who puts $1.87 of gas in his truck.
I did this correctly.
Help me, oh St. Larry Zonkin. Well, it went further than it usually does.
Like
rock.
Another human being. Well, I'm in for a beating.
What the hell?
But I've always been back here.
What are you doing back there, kid?
I'm laundry.
I needed a ride.
Is he a makeupless clown?
Why don't you get in the cab? It's much more comfortable there.
I bet
Actually,
it's not.
I bet it isn't.
Silver goes out of the windshield.
So, hey, Danny. Hey.
Or not? Okay.
Don't you love our healthcare system?
Here, put this on.
Made a lunch meat.
Thanks.
Know anything about motors?
No, sir. Not really.
I know all the songs from Once Upon a Mattress, though.
Let's have a look.
Are you going to be a Mountie or a fishing guide when you grow up?
Where are you heading?
Liquor store.
Looks like I'm heading nowhere. I see the problem. The gas line's loose. You get in behind the steering wheel and crank her over.
So this antenna set to 5K.
By Mac Davis.
I'll just pour my garbage in here.
Now!
Kaboom!
Didn't
Come on,
Barbara
don't give me
Mandrell have
connection
hair like
problem.
his at one point? I think so. Yeah.
Put the pedal all the way down.
Yeah.
Dare I?
So the radius for the antenna is only 1,000.
Better check this oil here. Yep, 10W30.
God damn it, stop drifting to the left, you son of a bitch.
Ooh, his head is on fire.
Come on, kid.
Is that why I'm getting a connection problem? Because you're trying to
Okay,
save?
bring the brats out.
With my truck again.
What's your name, laddie?
Troy McGregor.
I'm Rousdower.
Zap Rousdower.
Rousdower.
Well, my name is Bill Stinkwater.
Rousdower mobile away.
And together they fought crime throughout southwestern Alberta.
5,000.
So, Rousdower, is
Is that a stupid name?
Or...
Fill her up.
Yeah.
Let's check. Yes. All right. That's the way to do it.
You stay here and I'll get you chocolate. Okay?
Broadcast radius of 5 minutes.
Anything in there with Larry Zonka on it, I'll pay for it.
Kilowatts per hour, current output, input. Okay.
Shoot, I'm in Canada.
Okay, so again, that'll be fine. Oh, excuse me.
And the cops pick up their Zap
Rousdower
hotline.
Next asteroid, let's go down there.
Officer, I found this kid in the back of my truck.
And Play is in the front seat.
Ask him.
Ew, gotta get this dead woodchuck out from under the seat.
And away we go.
Like, you gonna send someone to pick him up?
Just put dampeners. There.
Idaho?
Silver.
Hey, I've got 89 cents
Yeah,
worth of cash
plenty of
back
silver, platinum, and uranium left to be
Zap
fine.
Action Tower.
Oh yeah. Plenty of stuff to refine.
Wicks moisture from my face.
Iron. Good there.
Eat my dust? I don't know.
Silicone. Good.
These pants go with a sweater.
Magnesium, powder, cobalt, nickel. I think the only mineral I'm really missing is just gold at this point. Which I'm sure I'll find. But unless I find another uranium deposit, I'm just going to go ahead and keep the mining to a bit of a minimum right now.
This is no time for Zymergy.
You just don't shoot at me for a couple of minutes.
Minutes, okay? I know, scene too
I'll
complex.
throw balls of carp dough.
So if my broadcast range is 50,000. Okay.
You want us to pick that up for you?
I knew there was an upside to being an alcoholic.
Can you take those to recycling?
Thanks. Huh.
Canadian
Max.
So, you want to hit the brakes there or not?
Hello, Darth
So
Vader.
relaxed right now.
How you doing, sir? Or I'll just say Frank. How you doing, Frank?
Rousdower, I can explain. Those men were trying to kill me.
Yeah, tell it to my acid-wash jeans.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Do you have any idea what kind of people you're dealing with?
They're from Saskatchewan.
No.
It's a cult.
They worship blue oysters.
They want to rule the world.
How do you know that?
It is a bit tough trying to do a solo
And I've been a square
game on
kid.
here.
Tell me more about
I mean, yeah,
Their faces are lumpy and wispy.
they can be from time to time, but you know, with this big bulk that I'm trying to pilot around
I
here,
ruled this one acre for
I
about
just
a
use
week.
mostly the
Nobody knew.
keyboard,
The race of the Zeok
kind of maneuver
civilization.
myself and get myself into the right position.
Seahawks.
Wasn't that a sandwich cookie?
My dad wrote about them.
Plus, they're, you know, what I really wish they'd have is like a
BTO
power.
is such a
Stop
great
that.
band, man.
Look,
What I really wish they'd have is like a power control feature to
Well,
tell you
look
if
at you,
you're.
kid. You might want
I mean, they have the power consumption, but
ancient.
Old as the crumbs in your
I
mustache.
would like to try to advertise my
Where does
channel.
this lead to?
Well, nobody knows for sure. Except my dad. But,
I disappoint
Well, usually
you.
what I try and do is I try and
He
put
was
on
killed
like
7
live
years ago.
streams or
I
this
wanna
and
know
that
why he
on the Steam community, so that way people who want to watch those videos, they have that option too.
Go to sleep, kid. I'm taking you home in the morning.
Oh, I think he's taking him home in the morning.
Oh yeah, no, I mean this is more or less just kind of a just kind of passive.
Rousdower.
Fine. Oh well, I can mute that. There we go. Back to this. Oops, didn't want to do that. Let's see. What's this? Take care of that in seconds. Hopefully that's better, Darth Raven. Thanks. Okay. Let's go ahead and put the next broadcast. There we go. Okay. And sometimes I just like to have, let me guess, I'm just seeing your comment now. I'm going to guess you just heard the, whatchamacallit, the refinery. Oh, damn, I forgot the battery. Really, game? Really? You're going to throw me off like that? There. Yep. Just give me 1 second there. There you go.
Hello.
Hi, Darth Raven. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Oh, you know, alive and breathing. Can't ask for much more these days.
Yeah. Oh, God. Dude, your YouTube link is open on the stream.
Oh, yeah, that's fine, because...
it causes a back loop to the headset.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're new at this. If you switch back to the game, that'll be grand.
Oh. Okay, I see what the problem is.
No worries, man. Oh, hello.
Okay,
Oof.
there we go.
Okay, mute your YouTube as well.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was on as well. I think that should do it. Is that better?
Hello? Yeah, it's better now.
Oops.
Oh, shit.
No, I muted the other one. Okay, there we go. Now it's on.
No, I'm still hearing it. Oh, sorry about this, man.
No, you're good. I'd rather troubleshoot than have to constantly, you know, being atrocious. Okay, let's try that.
Okay, that's a.
Is that any better?
Yeah, that's coming in a lot better.
Okay.
You know, if you use OBS. Oh, okay, hold on. Yeah, we're getting it. You know, if you use OBS, that you can actually stream it through streamers and you won't have this problem.
Oh, okay. I'll try to use that next time. Usually I just
Yeah.
kind of use this because it's, just a quick plug and play and, just start it up.
You know what? The problem is actually me. I'm an idiot. I forgot to close my link.
Oh. I was like, I know I have everything closed, but.
I just looked up on my screen. I was cleaning my keyboard.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, if you actually get OBS, it's because you're sharing your screen right now, right? So instead of you sharing your screen, it actually uploads a dedicated stream to it, and you talk over it while you're playing.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll probably do that for next time, considering that this only handles for what is it? It only handles 6 hours, I think, and then it's like you have to get a subscription in order to.
I got the 20. It's 20 or you get 20 hours a month for free.
Oh, okay.
My God, that is a big bucket.
What's it?
The ship.
Oh yeah. Well, so I can basically just bore through asteroids.
This ship is called the USS Go Fuck Yourself.
Pretty much. I mean, the only real reason I had a ship this big.
On the Xbox version, I had a ship called the USS Try Me Bitch. And it was literally the entire hull was covered in all the best guns. It was in creative mode, right?
Oh, okay.
And all the hull was covered in guns, and it's literally called the USS Try Me Bitch. And my friend was like, "Why did you name it that?" And I'm like, "Hold on, I'm just going to register you as an enemy. Come here. What? Come with me." That's why.
Yeah, I need to. I'm going to start. I need to build a new ship. Just call it the Rammer, because on this server there is there's shields in place, so I have some defensive capabilities already. That little shield thing is in the lower left-hand corner.
Yes.
Do they have mods on the Xbox version?
They don't. Not that I noticed. The guy I was playing with, he started getting weird a bit afterwards, so we kind of just stopped hanging out.
Oh, okay. That's unfortunate.
You hear about Redneck?
I did, unfortunately. That is the second passing of note that I've seen with Anti-Trekker's channel there.
Who was the first one?
Oh crap! I'm trying to remember.
I've been waiting for a while. I didn't hear one.
There was. Damn it! Who was the first one? I'd have to go back and look at his archive, but I know this is the second person that was an active member on his channel and Birds and all them.
Jesus, I wonder. I'll ask Bird next time I see him.
Okay.
But yeah, so are you free in the mornings?
If I know I'm doing something, I can be.
Well, in the mornings there's a load of little streams called Jedi. Like one of them is like Jedi Building, you have like Captain Trek and things like that. I'm not a friend of Captain Treks anymore, but they're good lads like LDG. They're good lads for sharing out your channel, man.
Okay.
And a tip for you is if you plan out your streams, then instead of having people like me stumbling across the streams, well, there's other streams going on and things like that. They could actually go, hey, look, this guy's doing this stream at this time. Because I'm trying to coordinate, because I'm trying to do a stream for Saturday. And I'm also trying to do a video right now. Do a video. I'm trying to think of a video what Star Trek means to me. But when I start writing, I kind of get emotional.
Well, I mean, it's hard not to get emotional when you see, the franchise that we've all, hold to our hearts, and it's just like, nope, they just destroyed it, and now it makes me sad.
How far can you jump in that?
Yeah, I mean, because I'm trying to show my one girlfriend DS9, because she's never seen it before.
That must be fun.
It's fun for me because I get to go back and relive all the great moments, especially in the first season. But
I introduced a friend of mine to DS9 and Picard. I'm a Picard fanboy because of my grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
And but I don't really like the show, but it's hard because my granddad's gone.
Yeah.
And it was his favorite captain. Mine's Cisco, and it was his favorite captain. And I'm there when people are railing on him, like, dude, no, you leave my granddad alone.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I grew up watching TNG in the background, and that's how I'd go to sleep every night when I was a kid. I'm like, okay, I know these episodes by heart almost.
I'm not good at names, but I'm good at what happened in the episode. That's what. I mean, but man, I just watched the entirety of Discovery. Mate, I done a season 3 finale stream. My God, do you know how it ended?
They ruined my childhood. That's all I really need to know how it ended.
No, it's even worse than that.
Oh, good. Always love to hear
the lithium at the nurse.
Wait, say that again?
The lithium stopped working and went kaboom.
Well, I remember the burn. I remember hearing about that. And I think what was
it? You know what caused it?
It was a Kelvin, wasn't it? Because he was. Because they stole. I think they stole. Oh man, I've already been here. So I think they stole.
It's literally. So I was watching it with a friend of mine who has someone close to her who's autistic, and I've got someone close to me who's autistic, and we were looking and we're like, no. We noticed the little head movements and things like that. We're like, they didn't. And then he's like, the outside is dead now, but I think it's dead now. I'm like, they made an autistic screech to cause it to burn.
It's like, can you guys not just think of better? I don't know. Maybe I'm just too picky. But.
No, it's not that you're too picky. I even watched it with. So my best friend is not as in depth with it as I am, and she turned around and she's there and she watched one episode and she's like, "Oh hey, yeah, Michael Burnham can go to hell." Just saying.
Right? It's just like, really, like this is what we're doing, and I mean,
yes.
I'm not opposed to having Star Trek being told in different ways.
Oh no, but DS9 was told completely differently.
Right, but I mean, I feel like when you start backtracking and ignoring your own storyline, your own story logic, I kind of have to question, how did this go in the writers' room?
Actually, in the writers' room, one of the guys, they were talking about racism because they're going to use it in one of the episodes. And one of the writers was talking about a racist incident, and he used the N-word. The writer is black.
Right, I remember that.
He was fired.
Yeah, which
is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so you're gonna be offended on my behalf, even though I'm not offended because I'm using the word to tell the story.
Yes.
How does that work? It's like, how does that?
I mean, my friends on Discord, they're all American, right? Mm-hmm. And I was on a stream of one of them, and she turned around and she's like, "Listen here, you little fucking unicorn shit leprechaun," and I'm like, "Hey. Are you being offensive to me?" "Yes." "Okay, just checking." She's like, "Did I offend you?" "No." "Oh, hold on, let me try harder."
It's like, I mean, for me, I always tell people, as long as I know you're talking to me, you can call me whatever you want, just as long as I know you're addressing me.
Exactly. I mean, it's a different thing if you go on entirely, like you just meet someone. And so me and Ramblin' Canuck, we hit each other hard the whole time, but we have an understanding. Like, we know what we mean.
Right.
But if someone else came on and started talking to us the same way, like, what the hell are you on about? It's a different thing because he's Irish descent. I mean, close enough. Like, he grew up with some Irish people.
Mm.
And so it's like there's the humor there. There's a couple of different things. Like, one of our favorite jokes is, do you know why the Scots wear kilts?
Do I personally know? I just assumed it was
because sheep can hear zippers. Think about it. It's the joke. It's the joke. Why do Scots wear kilts? Because even sheep can hear zippers.
Oh, okay. I get it now.
How do you know you're in Wales? The sheep start looking nervous. Oh. But yeah, something funny I noticed. In Discovery, whenever they go to black alert, they always put the camera on a black person. Yes. When you get bored, you start noticing weird things like this. It's like black alert. Michael Burnham walks across the screen.
Well, sorry, I'm not ignoring. I'm just trying to. I'm not trying to.
I know you're trying to do the thingy-majig.
Well, no, I'm trying to look at Anti-Trekker's stream to see if I could find the other person who passed. Because I think.
Dude, remember, Anti-Trekker deletes videos.
Does he? Okay. Well,
hold on, I could ask him. Because I'm not one of his top mods, so he might ask me. So, Captain MKG was asking who was the other viewer who passed away.
Yeah, because I could have sworn there were two. Captain Redneck.
No, you know what? Who it might be? You might be thinking about the time his sister-in-law died.
Oh yeah.
That was a while back. That was when a lot of people came in, and now you may have come in around then and thought it was a viewer or something, but that was his sister-in-law.
Okay, I remember that.
Yeah.
But with things being the way they are, and with the volatility of employment, things are just a little bit chaotic these days.
Oh dear God, yeah. Like I have a friend in the Netherlands, and she got told, "Congratulations, you got to come to work. Royal orders. All people can go back to work." She's like, "Yay!" And so she goes back to work. Royal orders, go home.
Just like Craig.
Fucking minds, please.
Yeah, well, for me at this point, I would love to,
You know what you should do that might help your ship? Put rockets on the back.
Well, what's going on is it's just it's doing a slow mining.
No, I know it is, but I'm just saying if you do the rockets, it'll help it get around faster.
Oh, well, I mean, right now I have a bunch of impulse drive thrusters that are embedded in the ship. So that way I don't have to worry about too much maneuvering in terms of...
I tried to build a ship like that on the Xbox, and I ended up putting the thrusters in the wrong place, and I set my ship on fire.
Yeah, it'll unfortunately do that. But I mean, I've built a few of these, massive drill ships before, and having these thrusters pretty much right here as they are, because when they move, normally in vanilla engineers, the thrusters will fire off and the exhaust from either the hydrogen or the iron or the ion, that burn will damage your ship.
Yeah.
But with these impulse drive thrusters, there is no burn, so they can be pretty much right next to each other, and I don't have to worry about the ship destroying itself. So
yeah, I'll give you a laugh. After Discovery, we started talking about if we were doing a Star Trek, what we'd do. Oh, hey, I got a response from Captain Redneck's wife. I'll read it to you.
Okay.
Anyone who would like to leave a memory is free to do so. Please pass it on. There was okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Here's a weird thing for you. You know, if you get bored and you start singing.
Yeah, I tend to do that.
Yeah, don't do that on stream. Your stream will get hit. No, I'm not messing. I've seen it happen. I've been in streams where it happened.
Well, I don't doubt it with all the, censorship, I guess is what you call it.
Yeah, one guy came on and he was singing in his own language, and the stream got hit.
Wow. Well, now I guess I got to make up my own songs then. But even then, they'll probably be like, no, can't have that.
Okay, I am going to share this around. This, okay, so I'm going to put this in the private chat for you to leave a message.
Okay.
There is his information. It was difficult saying goodbye without sharing. So, I'm going to leave a candle. Full name, McDonald. That's a suggestion. I am going to share this to Anti-Tracker now. He was only 44 years old.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. I mean,
do you know what happened?
I believe he had a heart attack, unfortunately.
No. So I was talking to the man daily.
Mm-hmm.
And he started saying one of his eyes was a bit fuzzy and he was getting pains in his head and he had high blood pressure. And then he got a stroke at the base of the brain and the top of the spinal cord, which, essentially cut the blood supply off to his brain, and he was effectively brain dead.
Yeah.
So I'll pass that on to Anti-Tracker. But so we were talking about a Star Trek series that we'd do, and I think it'd be fun to do a multi-generational show.
I agree.
Like, you start off, say, with the granddad, okay, in TNG. Like, you actually meet the proper cast halfway through series 1. So you see the grandfather being this hero. He's actually, for fun, the grandfather actually takes over reins of one of the ships during TNG, and he becomes the captain, becomes an admiral. Everyone loves him. His son is a bit of a Tom Paris, right? Kind of an ass about everything, but he ends up becoming a captain of his own. But he's in Section 31, right?
Okay.
But everyone's believing that he's still this untrustworthy asswad. He's still a dick, everything, because he can't tell anyone what he's actually doing. So they give him a Nebula class, and he goes off to help end the Dominion War and everything, and he finds all this information on the Founders, which is useless at this point, right? But the Founders shoot down the Nebula class, and it crashes. And his son grows up hating his dad. His grandfather didn't really know him because his grandfather was older, having a family, right? And he's there. He's like, I've got these two legacies. Who do I live up to? Do I live up to the criminal or the admiral? And it's like, I can't live up to either. So he's having a bit of conflict. He ends up in the Federation basically through military school, right? Okay. Like, so basically he's a brat. And his mother's like, I can't handle him, so I'm sending him off to Federation school. And his schooling finishes him up with the equivalent rank of an ensign, right? So he ends up getting put onto one ship, and then you see him, and it's like, 25, you see this kid stand there and he's looking and it's like Ensign, and he's there being sort of sarcastic and everything, and it's like 25 years later and you see him walking along the bridge of his own ship and you hear someone there saying Captain, right? And he turns around and that's where you see him in the new uniform and everything. And you find out that he has his own family who he's distant from and everything, but he's a Trill, right? The whole family are Trill.
Okay.
And that they're going through the entire thing. You meet Dax, and Dax is getting older, the character. Like, and then there's an attack on the ship, and Dax is killed, the host, right? But he's there, and he wakes up in the hospital bed, and they're like, Captain, you're the... Now, he does not, because you know the way they're joining is like their religion.
Right.
He doesn't want anything to do with it. He doesn't want anything to do with their society. Like, sir, we don't have anyone else for the symbiote. We're going to have to implant it in you. And he's like, I don't consent. And they're like, I'm sorry, this outweighs you. And they knock him out, and he wakes up as the new Dax. Which has a conflict inside him, because he's this stern asswad, but he's also now knows all this scientific stuff, knows all this stuff. But the thing is, he's standing there, and it's like, what is it? And he's looking, and you see Jadzia in Starfleet Academy with his granddad.
So he's reliving some of the memories.
Yeah, he can relive some of the memories. He can remember being friends with his grandfather and everything. And then you see Ezri Dax being his father's commanding officer and talking to, because Ezri worked in Section 31 as well. This is how I put it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's there and he's looking, and he turns around and he's on the new Enterprise after becoming Dax. Right? And you have him being shown like the arms behind his back, like becoming a much nicer person.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they end up going looking. He manages to talk to, as he puts it, the top brass, right? And they end up going looking for the Crash Nebula class, and they find it halfway through season 2, because it's not overnight.
Right.
And the episode would be called something like Father and Son, and the last message of it is, as the ship is on fire and everything, is that his father tells the entire mission and everything that he done. And he's there and he's looking and he's like, what are you going to do? It's like, I'm going to take his body back to Trill. And they're going to bury it. And then when they're there, he walks back and to the man who he's always hated, to the uniform, to the badge and everything. His son says, Dad, I'm joining Starfleet. And he turns around and goes, here, maybe this will lead you on to becoming a hero, like it did to the last man who wore it. And he opens it up, and you know the DS9 badge?
Mm-hmm.
It's a scratched up version of that.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, whose badge is that? He goes, that's your grandfather's. He goes, maybe one day you'll get the security clearance for me to tell you what he was really like. And I'd also add in some fun new technology. The hollow quarters. Right. I'll explain this. So you come off your shift and you walk into your quarters, and your quarters is bare, empty, nothing, but with lights on the wall. And you're there and you're like, computer, home program 1. And then in your house back on Earth, you'll go shoom, and your girl is there and she's like, oh, hey, how are you going, Captain? And you're like, hey, man, hey, how are you going? Blah, blah, blah. And to you, you're now living in your house back on Earth with your family, your girl, whatever like that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a holographic version of you there, which could add in a semblance of closeness and more closer to the families. And my friend, she pointed out, if you wanted, you could also add in something horrific. Like, you see him and he turns around and he's like, hey, I have to, like, he starts shaking on the couch and they're like, what's wrong with your dad? And he's looking and he stands up and he says, they're here. He goes, who is that? He touches his badge. He goes, Red Alert, Zoom. And then you see like an orange, maybe a purple light going on his face, and he starts covering his his face, and he looks down at the hologram of his wife and his kids. He's like, "Remember, I loved you." What? He goes, "Shut up, shut up. Just remember." He goes, "Remember how much I loved and I cared for you." He goes, I won't be coming home. Okay. He goes, "I'm sorry. I won't make Christmas this year." And they're just looking at her like, "Dad," and then he just goes down and you just see a big huge ball of fire, and then the hologram goes shoop. Like, reconnect to the USS Hope. Reconnect. The USS Hope is no longer in existence. It has been destroyed. And that's why my friend said you could deal with one of those. You could show like the downsides of that technology. Show someone being fucking nuked.
Just like, whoops.
Oopsie. But where else I would go is I would send them to the Delta Quadrant to find out what happened to the Borg. And any stragglers, are you jumping in the asteroid?
Oh, I'm jumping from an asteroid.
I didn't think you could do that.
Oh yeah, what you don't see on here is a jump drive that I've installed.
Oh no, I mean, I didn't think you could jump inside of... Did you ever see the Atlantis? Someone built the Atlantis.
No, I didn't. I mean, from a game standpoint, as long as you're not in the gravity well of a planet, you're fine. You can jump. You can do whatever kind of jumps.
But what would you do with Star Trek?
I mean, one idea that I was just like spitballing the other day was kind of, you do want to have a bit of a new cast, but you also kind of want to bring in a little bit more of the tradition, not the traditional fans, but more the diehard fans. So
yes,
for me, I would try and do a series in which we explore partially the Beta Quadrant, because we've never gone there as far as I'm aware of.
Actually, most of them Star Trek is actually taking place over the Alpha and Beta Quadrant.
Okay, I figured it was probably just not very clear.
No, it wasn't. Actually, Bajor is actually kissing the Gamma Quadrant, the Delta Quadrant. If you go out and past Bajor, you actually start getting closer to the Delta Quadrant than you are to the Alpha Quadrant. It takes 3 weeks of maximum warp to get to Earth.
Didn't know that. Well, anywho, I mean, there's still plenty of space to explore.
Yeah, even the Delta Quadrant.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, just seeing all the repercussions that Voyager had on the entire quadrant, and just trying to, not necessarily solidify, but, not even try and correct or do anything like that, but just trying to give, I guess, more closure. Like, Neelix is still out there, so I mean, who knows what he's doing.
The actors are still alive, so if you don't know what you could do is say that Talaxians live a long time.
Yeah.
Right? And you could even have Tuvok going on one of the ships a good bit in, and it's like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm going to collect an old friend of mine." And and that's what you could do. You could have in one of the episodes, or even the beginning episode, you have the beginning episode maybe stretch over the course of a week and everything like that, and they get to the Delta Quadrant. And the first thing you do is you see this old Talaxian asleep at his counter, or even fishing on a planet. They're like, "Dad, we're after getting a message." It's like, "From who?" "Someone called the Federation." And he just runs and he's like, "Hello, hello," on screen, and goes, and then you see the hologram, and it's like, "Mr. Vulcan, how good it is to see you." You could do that.
You could. I mean, there's any number of things that could be done.
Oh god, yeah.
But one thing I was thinking of was, because we did see it briefly in an alternate timeline where LeVar Burton was reprising the role of Geordi, but he was a captain of the Challenger. Maybe do something like that where you see, Geordi as maybe a captain. You see Harry Kim as a lieutenant commander, or commander being his first officer. And then just
Harry Kim is like 50 now, so he'd be a captain.
Oh, okay.
Geordi would be an admiral.
Okay. And this would probably be more into, like, things if it was 20 years ago.
If it was 20 years ago, it would have been. Dude, I'd still accept this over Discovery.
Yeah. So, I mean, but, you know, kind of do something like that where we get to see a little bit of the old cast, kind of like how they did with DS9, where we had the new cast, then Worf was brought in halfway through, and, you know.
Yeah. Did you know canonically, actually, Klingons live longer than Vulcans?
I mean, I can see that given the fact that we saw Core.
Klingon Vulcans live 200 years, but Klingons live 350.
Provided don't get, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like in the story that I'm just doing for fun, I have this race who every one of this particular race are meant to be immortals, and someone's like, "So you're immortal?" Talking to one of the members of a soldier of the race, and he's a little bit drunk, and he's like, "For immortals, we do an awful lot of dying," which Klingons do because I mean, biologically they could live a long time, but culturally they'll kill each other.
Right. As long as they don't, you know, get killed or kill each other, you know, I can see them living an exceptional long time.
Do you think that they should basically, after what happened to the Empire in the Dominion War, that they should fundamentally change who they are?
What do you mean? Like which war are you referring to?
The Dominion War.
Oh, the Dominion War. Okay.
Okay, so everyone is a warrior in the Klingon Empire, right? They've got they got barely any teachers, any scientists, any artists, anything to make them a real proper culture. So I think that the race needs to go through a fundamental change to survive. This is what, and they should do that themselves. They're like, we've got the Emperor back. We should be the Klingons, but we're none but aggressive animals.
Right. It'd be kind of like the Hirogen trying to do like a bit of a not a reemergence, but you get what I'm saying. Where the Hirogen are just trying to go back to where they can actually survive, much like the Klingons have to do, because after the war, presumably a many number of their ships have just been destroyed. The Empire.
But you could also see from their point of view, they're like, us Klingons, we have to ask for help, like Romulans. But I think afterwards they'd turn around and be like, I think we need to not even end, but slice in half the warrior caste and start pushing people towards science to actually get. And what would be fun is in, say, the future, a few hundred years in the future, you see, say the new Enterprise goes into the future, right? Or a future version of the Enterprise. And there's a captain, and he's talking to one of the Klingons from nowish era, right? And he's talking, and he's like, "So, what is?" You see him, and he goes, "What does the Empire look like?" He goes, "Much different than what you know." He goes, "Really?" He goes, He goes, "The houses are still intact." He goes, "There's kingdoms, republics." He goes, "The Empire's gone." He goes, "Yeah," and he pulls out a hologram of a data pad. He goes, "Yes, this was taken from me last summer when I was visiting my family." And you see this splendid, beautiful-looking city, and it's like, "What's that?" He goes, "This is Locho, a city on the southwest of Kronos." He goes, "Kronos is stunning," and he goes, "This is what the Klingons can become." And he's just in there, and he takes the hologram, and he goes into the council, and he goes, "This is what we can become to show like all these big, powerful ships, slipstreams, everything." He goes, "We developed this on our own, without any help." And then we joined the Federation. But I put that not all Klingons joined the Federation. Some houses joined the Federation, others go form their own kingdoms, and some go and form their own republics.
I mean, that's a distinct possibility, considering that there's nowhere is it written where they have to follow,
one.
Yeah, because I mean, the only thing it would be is essentially being a known separation, much like the Vulcans and Romulans. We never saw it. We just know that it happens. So we could just bear witness to essentially the Klingons breaking off into two separate, species, and then over a couple, however long it takes to evolve, we could potentially see two different Klingon races. But
you don't even need physical evolution. You could do social. Maybe say 300 years of one race is one side goes to the Federation and the other side stays pure Klingon.
You okay over there?
No, last week I hurt my foot and it's still weak, so every now and then I have to get off of it.
Okay. Well, hopefully you have a swift recovery.
Not likely. I've got bone condition.
Oh.
Yeah. Hence the old joke that me and Auntie Shrekker will have a cripple fight.
Well, I know for me at least, the one thing I try to do is I try to keep kind to my knees, so at least I'll still have them in the future.
What are knees? And what do they take?
Well, for the most part, they let me reach up and grab things that my girlfriend can't.
Yes. Okay. But yeah. No, I've got my skeleton didn't form right, so I look grand when you see me, but it's like my feet are like really fucking delicate.
Mm.
Also, I've got a hole in my sternum.
Oh.
Yeah. If you push hard enough, you can kill me.
So you're like the Iron Man.
Except in reverse.
Yeah.
As far strong as he am, I am as weak. But no, I'm still pretty strong. I'm just trying to get down weight so I can in 2 years next year I can walk around America. So
yeah, providing America's not the constant petri dish of disease.
Well, yeah. Still, I mean, I'm from Ireland, man. We're grand with disease.
I mean, with just all the ifs and what's going on over here, it's just like I can check out for a little while.
Reality. I'm just hoping that with the vaccine and everything, it just goes away.
Well,
but this is what I've noticed when they came out with the vaccine. Suddenly a brand new strain appeared.
Mm-hmm.
It's very suspicious. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it kind of shocked me as being very, very suspicious. What about you?
Yeah, it does bring up a lot of questions about the validity of certain things.
Yeah.
So
I'm there and I'm looking and I'm like, why? If I could go back in time and find that man, I would. I don't believe a man ate bat soup anymore and done this.
It's very suspicious to have it all come from just a simple source like that. Not saying, eating a bat is simple, but
no, relatively it is simple from one thing out like that. I mean, it's almost as stupid as the how apparently AIDS got started.
Well, yeah, because if I remember right, had something to do with one man and a monkey.
One source says tainted monkey meat he was eating. Another says he was he cut himself on the machete which had blood, and another said he was doing things to the monkey.
Either way, it's just okay. So you're telling me that just one slip up like this is enough to cause all this, and it hasn't happened before, but just until now. Just now it happened. Very, very questionable.
I have a friend she thinks it was a weapons test.
Well, knowing the human species, I wouldn't put anything past us at this point.
My God, there's a lot of stupid.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't fix it.
No, I mean, do you ever watch like Simon Dan and people like that?
No, I can't say that I have.
Okay, so Simon Dan is a chemist by trade, and he's really, really into science. And he talks a lot about stupid things like flat earthers and all things like that. And then he also talks about the stupid things like, have you ever heard of the mud flood?
No, actually, that's something new to my vocabulary. I've never heard of that.
Okay, put on your stupid hat.
Okay. Yep.
So, you know the way in the older buildings in America and across the world that the basement windows are a lot and little close to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's apparently from a mud flood. Now, this is what these people genuinely believe, that at one point in the world, all the world got covered up to like a basement height windows, and they just left the windows, and it was mud flood.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the logic part of my brain is trying to comprehend, which is like, it's fighting itself.
Where did the mud come from?
It's just like, really? So, okay.
Yeah, also, there's no such thing as mountains, that they're all giant trees.
Wait, say that one again?
People also believe that, okay, you know the Devil's Bite in Australia, the big rock that has a flat top?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a giant tree that got cut down.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm being serious. This is what people believe.
No, I understand. I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying, as a reaction.
I know. Yeah, there's all kind of weird things out there. Like, my country, we used to have a lot of weird cultural beliefs and things like that. But not as stupid as these people.
Yeah, I mean, some of them you really just have to take a second look and just like, really? This is what you're going with. This. Let's break this down. And then, as my friend would say, once the yelling starts, there is no more time for argument, because emotions and yelling is involved, and you can't get anything done, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I'm there and I'm just looking, and it was like some of these things that people have said. He does a thing called Tinfoil Tuesday, right?
Mm.
And it's all these crackpots and things like that. Have you ever watched the show Ancient Aliens?
I've seen the memes of it, but
I've watched the show. Right?
Okay.
My conclusion is the hosts are mentally ill.
Okay. I thought as much. I just wanted to confirm what I've already assumed.
Yeah, no, okay, so there's all these mysteries that are really in the world. Like, did you know that the Sphinx has unexplained tunnels, and it may be older than everyone thinks? This is real now.
Yeah, I mean, anything's possible, especially when you.
So the stone underneath the base caps that you're seeing is actually older than what everyone thinks. So the Sphinx may have been the first object created in Egypt, and the empire created around it.
Okay, I mean, again, to the best of our archaeological knowledge, I mean,
which keeps changing all the time.
Right, with new discoveries and we can adjust accordingly if the proof is there.
So now there's this thing, and one of the pharaohs said, I looked up and I saw the light of Ra, and I saw Ra standing on top of the Sphinx, and she got up and she walked across, and where she stopped walking, that is where the Empire stopped. Okay?
Alright.
Ancient aliens believe this happened. And this was not the Egyptian gods were actually polysplits. Basically, they were they were bored scientists. Like, let's add a monkey to this one and an extinct dog to this one, and let's add a bird's head to this one, and they will become the gods.
Okay, so, and this is all just a fear that they have of what could.
Oh, they believe that there's evidence, but they've never provided us.
Of course.
They also think that the Da Vinci Code is real.
I distinctly remember when that movie first came out and I saw it in Vegas. You just see all like these hardcore Catholics like, don't go see it, it's blasphemy, and I'm like, it's just a movie. Just relax. It's a movie.
I am a Catholic, and it's like if the Pope starts screaming at me, don't go see it, I'm there, and I'm like, one ticket, please.
Right? I guess you call me a former Catholic.
Yeah. Or lapsed or shit like that.
I don't know. I stopped going after, I started, after I was confirmed, I was like, I'm good. It's like, yeah, I started.
I think we all did.
It's like, I need to go and do some other stuff here. I'll check in with y'all later.
See you later, man.
Yeah.
And but no, it's honestly like I want to get down into the vaults. That's where I want to go.
In like the Vatican, you mean, or?
Yeah. I just want to see what historical stuff they have down there.
I mean, just from a historical perspective, it would be interesting. And
it would.
Hey, Captain Trek. Yeah, just seeing Captain Trek in the chat there.
Okay.
Just started Raven and I just hanging out, just chatting about this and that. And, well, I'm trying to maximize the mining potential around here.
Your girlfriend just shouting, you could maximize something else. Shut up, babe!
Usually when she's here, I try not to play any games in front of her. So
my cousin, he said that he had two cans on his desk. One was full, one was empty, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his girlfriend was his wife was messing with him, right? And she meant to throw the empty can at him, but she ended up full force whacking him with a full can into the head.
And it's like, see, this is the reason. This is the reason why I tell you not to touch the stuff on my desk.
Yeah. He's there, and she's like, oh my God, Ray, are you okay? He's like, I can smell colors.
Oh,
like,
man.
But no, it was just so. This guy's freaking hilarious. He turned around and he said he saw a ghost on his land, right? And I said, what did you do? And he said, well, I done the first thing I thought of. I shot it. I wanted the ghost to know that the ghost is dead. Just stand there like you see this ghost and it's like, what is it? He said, and then we were looking at the family's war diaries, and by one of the description of my ancestors, apparently he saw my ancestor, according to Ray. And I'm there and I'm like, you shot him? he said, he's like, apparently so. Like, so he came back after 200 years, was like, I could pass on my wisdom to this. Bang! He shot me. Fuck him. Fuck him. I'm going back to heaven. Screw this.
Yeah, it's like, I'll chill out.
Yeah, no, fuck him. I'm out. Bye. Just since I fuck this, I'm gone. Just be like, Just see him going back, and it's like his wife's like, "What did you expect? Not him not to shoot. He's your descendant." Yeah, I know that, but I didn't expect him to shoot so easily. Nice. Just like a little like bullet, little to the left, like let me live. You're already dead.
Right.
Oh my god. Like he turned around and he's like, I'm like, so what are you doing for Christmas? And never ask someone who's drunk what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean,
I turned around to him and I'm like, what are you doing, my wife? You? I got a message was like 10 minutes later was from his wife, like, I'm so sorry for him. Just in general.
Like, well, at least he was honest about it. I mean, you can't fault him for that.
Like, did you have fun?
Because it's like, if you didn't have fun, then that might be a bigger sign of a bigger problem that you might have to deal with.
He sent me a signal message the next day. He's like, so how did your night go? I'm like, lol. He's like, confusing. I'm like, wait, why? He goes, for some reason I have half a taco on my bed and I have no reason how it got, and I have no knowledge how it got here.
It's the taco.
He lives in the middle of the fucking country. I'm like, right, you do realize that you work with a load of guys and you probably message one of them to get me food. And that it's a distinct possibility, yes. What are you building?
Well, because my ship was attacked by various pirates, what I'm trying to just wing it here is I'm trying to build essentially a ramming ship.
Okay.
So nothing too fancy, because with some of the other mods that are on here, some of the weapons work and some of them don't. So, and with the shield mod on here, it makes it a lot easier just to kind of take the various bullet hits and missile hits from the space pirates that are around here. Because that's how I've lost some ship parts, was to pirates, because I wasn't prepared for I didn't realize that they were there, ready and willing to attack me. And so when I lost part of my pirate ship, I was like, or lost part of my drill ship from the first time, I was just like, okay.
I'll tell you something funny. There's a ship called Big Red. Amazing ship. Design flaw. The cockpit. It's all glass.
Ugh. That would usually be a problem.
It is.
Because I mean, one stray bullet hit and it's done.
No, it's there, and I have a bad habit of ramming speed. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's there, and it's like, yeah. And I'm looking at the back of the ship, and I'm like, yes. Right? After I strapped the entire front of it see all those spaces that you're just filling in.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that, but with machine guns.
Well,
right?
Machine guns will be part of the next step for this.
Yeah, no, that's what it looked like. Right? And I turned around and I'm like, yeah. Then I zoomed into my character and I'm like, oh no, because all I looking is it's like the bridge is gone, the console is gone, I'm floating in space, and I'm like, oh, the bridge is gone.
Yeah.
And everything, and it's just I can't build a ship. I have no idea how.
I'm just free building right now. So I mean, what I'm hoping is, have the huge front here, and then once the front is done, start pulling in all the reactors, and start building out just kind of like the vanilla weapons. Because again, I think it's fine to have modified weapons, but sometimes they don't work properly, or they're just firing at random when you're not expecting it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, what I would do is if I had the mod, and well, if I play the game, I have the game, I just don't play it.
mhm.
That what I would do is I would strap bloody missiles and like lasers to everything. So if an enemy came close to it, and then I just literally copy that ship for every player in the fleet, and then we'd go hunting.
Well, I mean, essentially, that's what I'm going to be trying to do here. Is because I've marked a few spots out in space where I know there's some pirate bases, and I want to take care of them. Take them out before they get a chance to take me out. But
Yeah, on the Xbox one, what I done one time was I made Big Red the USS Go Fuck Yourself, and also the USS Try Me. So we took the two of them out. Right, we went on creative, and we were just cruising along, having a chat. Next thing, all you see was like just this little like enemy ship coming up. It's like, oh no, here's a pirate, and it's like, oh, there is no longer a pirate.
I mean, that's kind of what I'd like to have happen here. I mean,
yeah,
that's why I'm using all these heavy armor blocks.
I done something just to see what would happen, and I welded two ships together.
Oh yeah. Well,
and then we pulled into different directions, going maximum speed. We ripped the ships apart.
Oh man.
Hey, when you get bored, you get bored.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I've been playing this for years. So, when you get what's always fun is when you try and get the speed mod installed, and you can go beyond the maximum speed in the game, and the game just is glitching out because it can't handle 1,000 meters per second.
You know what I would love to do, but I know that the game can't handle it. If there was like an active guild playing, I would honestly download Atlantis and turn that into the guild base. That would be an amazing guild base.
Well, I mean, there's a good chance that someone on the mod community has done it.
Oh, they have. I've seen it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's out there. You can download it.
Okay.
You should do that for your next one. Just download Atlantis and fuck around in it.
Nope. Don't want to build that there. Yeah.
There's actually also a Stargate mod.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've seen some of those additional mods out there. Not sure if Sinnabun would be putting anything else on here, because I think we're pretty, I don't want to say packed with mods right now, but I know there's a good variety up here for the time.
Yeah, I think it'd be funny if the Sinnabun's like, hey, you're like, hey man, how's it go? Is that Atlantis? Yeah. Oh, so Revan downloaded it, and okay, how's it going? He registered his enemies. Okay, I'm going over to don't go over. You're like, what? I sent 3 ships. I flew over 3 times to have ships, just to see what it's like, because like Revan's not here, and we need to find a way to destroy that thing. Why? The man's after strapping every single weapon in the game on every single inch of it. What did he name this city? USS Go Fuck Yourself.
It's like, well, aptly named.
Yeah, and you're there and you're like, it's like, come on, we'll just get a couple, and then you see, like, no, I'm staying here, and then it's like, it can't be. Well, that ship is over defended. You're like, yeah. Apparently, there's a Stargate in the middle that leads to a secret base. That's not his secret base. No, he's got another one somewhere.
Oh man.
I saw someone jumping Atlantis, and literally the game started having a seizure.
Oh yeah, it's always fun when it's just like, well, figured out where the breaking point is for the game now.
Yeah, and so he's there, and you see the guy on Atlantis, and he's like, okay. He's like, I've got like 65 jump engines. I've got 110 jump engines. And we are going. We're moving. You just hear this pure excitement. He's like, we're about to do it. And everyone is strapped into their chairs. And except for one guy who's like struggling up, he's like, and all he sees like the wife going over Atlantis like 5. Like, Jimmy, come on, 4. Jimmy, 3. He's like, we can't jump again. He said, none of us have the rendering power. 2. Oh God. 1. Boom. Where'd he go?
Takes 10 hours just to try to render the scene out. And you're just like, well, I'm gonna go get a snack.
Yeah, you're like, well, I'm going to go have a kid. You don't have a girlfriend. That's how long it's going to take. Nah, I know this guy, and he said that one of his he used to play with this girl, right? And she disappeared. And it's like, hey, you were gone for like 3 weeks. Yeah, I was busy. What were you doing? And you hear, yeah, in the background. It's like, I did a thing.
It's like, well, as long as it's not my thing.
Yeah, it's like, did you steal a kid? No. Dude, there's a show you have to watch. I didn't know I was pregnant.
Oh, jeez. I mean,
yes.
I don't know all the intricacies of what's involved in pregnancy and how you don't know. I mean, I assume
no, they go through it on the show.
Oh Lord!
It's like I went to go to the bathroom, but then had to go for a poop. It was like really big and painful poo, but it wasn't at the back; it was at the front, and it was really weird. And then I heard a clonk splash. Melanie had her baby in the toilet.
Oh, it's like, man,
I don't know how I was pregnant. It's like I couldn't get. The doctor said I couldn't get pregnant. No, they didn't.
It's like, yeah, there's always a chance.
It's like it was completely surprising.
Sure it was.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What's the dumbest ship you ever built? Because I like dumb ships.
I tried building a ship that was very reminiscent of God sakes. I did try and build a ship that was very reminiscent of a Starfleet ship, but what happened was I built it in the planet, and unfortunately the planet did not really abide by certain laws of physics. So I had the ship all pre-built and everything, and then once I hacked off the connection, it just kind of flopped right into the ice lake I was in because I didn't have supporting thrusters at the front. But yeah, I'm not usually one for kind of like the oddball ships. I'm usually more of kind of building like the practical kind of ships.
You should go to the Blueprint store and you should try and download a Star Wars or Federation ship. Don't tell Sinnabun and just leave it somewhere for him.
Just like I didn't know it was going to do that, so.
He's like, hey, so what did you get up to last night? Nothing. Send you a message. So, Captain, why are there like 17 different Star Wars ships? Are they so pretty?
It's like, well, I didn't see a problem at the time. It seemed like a good idea.
Yeah. Like my best friend at Comic-Con, it's like I had like a shitload of cash, right? Mm-hmm. And she ran out of money, and I'm like, hey, you want to get some? And like, it's her last day here. She's like, yeah, sure. Why are you holding something that costs $300? Isn't it cute? Not for $300, but it's so pretty. You can put it back.
Yeah.
Like, you're not fucking getting. I was thinking for like fucking 50. It's like, would you like a sandwich? I'll put it back.
It's like, I want to help you out, but come on now. You got to be a little bit more realistic here.
I don't even have that much money. She's like, you're mean. She told me she was messing with me. She's like, put everything that you got back. Like, I'll put you back in a minute into your mother. She's like, I think that's called incest.
Just like I believe you may have missed the point just a teensy little bit. Not you, her, but
yeah. But oh my god, I nearly died at Comic-Con. Genuinely.
Like
heat exhaustion.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I wore a screen accurate Samurai Charlie costume.
Wait, what kind of costume was it again?
Screen accurate.
Screen accurate.
Yes.
So.
In the middle of summer, I was wearing a leather costume with a woolen cloak.
Oh.
In 22-degree heat Celsius.
Nope.
The ambulance men are like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Cool." They're like, "Yeah, dude, you need to go and start getting drinks." I'm like, "Fine, I'll have a drink." The ambulance man told me. So I went over to the lemonade stand, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got told by the ambulance, yes, that'll be €5. They just gave me this big drink, and I'm there, and I just downed the drink, and they're like, would you like another? Yes, please. I spent like €25 at that drink stand, and then I took off. I said to the guys, I'm like, we're just gonna stay here for a minute. They're like, dude, the sweat's pouring down your face. Like, we're gonna stay here for like a minute, and then we're just gonna be okay. And when literally I took off the cloak and onto the ground, and I picked it up, and then when I took off the leather thing, all you'd see was literal steam coming off of me. Yes.
That had to be rough. I mean, I can't even. Well, I mean, I can imagine it, but I can't.
It was like a song. I was trapped in my own personal hell.
Could not have been a fun time.
There's literally a person there whose entire job it is to tell girls to pull in their skirts, or if their skirts are too short, they're not allowed on the. So we don't call escalators in my country. We call them moving stairs.
That makes sense. I mean,
yeah.
Again,
but when I said that to someone, they burst out laughing because my friends are all dicks.
It's like that's what it is. They're moving stairs.
Yeah.
Just like I know, what is it? We say elevator, but
no, we say lift.
Right.
Yeah. What do you call pieces of chicken wrapped in batter?
I'm not sure I know that one.
We call them chicken balls. Yeah. I was talking to a guy, and it's like, I said, "Hey, back, I gotta take it." Cool, what you get? Chicken balls, chips, curry, and sausages. And they're like, and you could hear him like literally cracking up on his computer. Like, Phil, what's wrong? The fuck did you just say? Chicken balls? You're eating balls and sausages? You gay? And I'm like, Phil, stop being so mean to me. God.
Just like relax. I will show you what I'm eating, and then you'll be envious then.
No, that made it even worse because I made it look like a ball and dicks with the sausage. And I'm like, see, it's not that bad. It's like, you fucking little shit.
Oh man.
Yeah. Did you know that if you upgrade your Steam units, that you can have scrolls going along the end of your screen, and you can get clips?
Yeah, I mean, I figured as much. Unfortunately, with how low volume it kind of is on this channel, I don't really can't justify.
But you can actually upgrade your volume of it. Is all you have to do is just switch out your content a bit. Like, seem like this is a good game, but the thing is, it's like not that many people care about it anymore.
Right.
So if you started doing like just open lines live streams, like just being like, "Hey, I'm gonna do it," and just hanging out shooting the shit, a lot of people like that. But dude, it is 2:00 in the morning, and I am going to engage in the sleeps.
All right. Well, hey, Darth Raven, thank you so much for
no
hanging
worries,
out
man.
with me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, dude, no worries. If you see any of the guys around, like just drop their link in the chat and they'll hop on.
All right. Sounds good. Well, listen,
okay, peace out.
Take it easy, man. Get some sleep. I'll talk to you later. All right. Now we're just back to the two of us. Let's see. I can go ahead and unmute this screen audio. Okay. Alright, it's all done. Let's bust out some pores. No. Fine port fit in here. No, I need it too small. If I rotate, I can probably fit it for at least one. Okay. Take out that one. Let's go ahead and put a bunch of little Crayon mini boards in here. Put some gyros up there. Water.